Now in this liver, first of all, remember that there are totally 5 surfaces in the liver. That is one of the anterior surface here. This one here will be the anterior surface here. And this one here will be the superior surface of the liver. And of course, it is just present below the diaphragm here. So this one is the superior surface here. And then you'll be having the posterior surface of the liver. Let me turn it back like this here. So this one here will be the posterior surface of the liver. And then you also have inferior surface. So as usual, the thing here is that the liver is having the superior surface, inferior surface below here, the posterior surface and the anterior. So anterior, posterior, superior, inferior. But here when you see on the posterior surface, there is no well demarcated margin here. There is no well demarcated margin here which is going to separate the posterior surface from the inferior surface. It's almost like continuous only. It's very feeble. We can't differentiate between the posterior surface and the inferior surface. It's almost like continuous surface only. But you have to remember that this one will be the superior, then the inferior surface and the posterior surface as well as the anterior surface. Now apart from these 4 surfaces here, remember liver also has got the right surface of the liver. Apart from this 4 anterior, posterior, superior and inferior surface, liver also has got the right surface. This is the right surface of the liver. Now once you are done with this one, let us see the details on all these surfaces one by one. First of all, let's look at the superior surface of the liver. There is something interesting here. As I told you, on the superior surface of the liver, what happens here? Above it is actually covered by the diaphragm here. So the peritoneum which is enclosing the liver here, that peritoneum is going to reflect. So when the peritoneum is going to reflect here anteriorly as well as the posteriorly, these reflections here, they are going to form those ligaments which are referred to as the coronary ligaments here. So this one here will be the coronary ligament here. And this one here will be the coronary ligament here. Okay. Now once you have this coronary ligament, wherever this coronary ligament is going to meet here, it is going to form like a triangular structure. So this one will be the triangular ligament here, the right triangular ligament. And similarly you also have the left triangular ligament here. So repeat again, there will be the coronary ligaments here, and then there will be right triangular and the left triangular ligament. Now once you are done with this one here, try to understand, because the peritoneum is reflecting from here itself, that is the reason why this area which is actually enclosed between these coronary ligaments here, you're clearly able to appreciate in this specimen. It's very clear in this one. The other region is very much smooth, which is covered by the peritoneum, but here there is no peritoneum, and yes, of course, this area is referred to as the bare area of the liver. This one here will be the bare area of the liver, which is between the 2 coronary ligaments. And of course, as I told you, wherever they are going to fuse together, this one will be the right triangular ligament and this one here will be the left triangular ligament. Now, once you are done with this one here, superior surface, let us go to the anterior surface of the liver. Now, on the anterior surface of the liver, it's very much easier, my dear friends. It's the easiest one. Why? Because you can clearly see that there is one ligament here, and this ligament here will be referred to as a falciform ligament here. Now this ligament here in the anterior surface here is nothing but the falciform ligament. And because of this falciform ligament here, we are able to divide the liver into the right lobe and the left lobe. This big lobe here will be the right lobe and the small lobe here will be the left lobe. In fact, it is something like this here. If you divide the liver into 6 parts, out of that 6 parts, 5 parts will be like the right lobe and 1 part will be the left lobe. So 5/6 will be the right lobe and 1/6 will be the left lobe, and both of them are separated by this falciform ligament. Now we also know the embryology part of this one here. The liver itself is developing in ventral mesentery. Now when the liver is developing in ventral mesentery, what will happen to the ventral mesentery right in front of the liver, and that is the one which is actually going to form the falciform ligament. So in short, we can say that the falciform ligament will be derived from ventral mesentery. The falciform ligament is actually derived from ventral mesentery here. And then in the lowermost part here, if you appreciate here in the lowermost part of the falciform ligament here, you are able to see it is enclosing a one ligament here, and this ligament here will be the ligamentum teres. Ligamentum teres, and we know very well the ligamentum teres is nothing but the remnant of left umbilical vein. Before the birth, you will be having like 2 umbilical veins. There will be a right and left umbilical vein, and we remember very well the right regress and left is left. So right umbilical vein is gone and only the left umbilical vein is supplying the blood from the mother to the fetus. Now after birth, what is going to happen? The left umbilical vein will be obliterated, and that is going to remain right now in your body and my body also, and that is in the form of ligamentum teres here. This is the one. So this is actually representing the remnant of the left umbilical vein, and it is the content of the falciform ligament in the lowermost margin. Now that is all that you have to remember about the anterior surface of the liver.